Alrighty, we're going for part 2 or part 3 of the F model video for the old F600s. I just haven't decided if I'm going to use the middle part of the video yet. It's a little bit hard to record, so I'll just run you through what I've done if you haven't seen the first video. I've checked the fuel prime and it's okay. On here we've got good rack travel and good positive feel on that stopper arm there, so that's all good. The engine turns over by hand. On the F models here you can normally rattle that to see if you're in neutral, so we're all good. I had to put a little bit of water in it. I checked the oil, freed up a couple of there on the start valve, so just pumping it up as we speak. It's got a nice little air leak there too, which is good. I just pulled that valve apart there. I was in two minds whether I was going to start the thing here with an external air blower or use the start button up there, but I think because the stopper's free, I can reach the handle here. I should be able to, I don't know how we'll get it on film, but anyway, we'll work that out later. But I should be able to reach up there, press it, and work the throttle from down here. So either way, it might be just a bit of a juggle for a moment, but otherwise should be all right. Hasn't been started for a couple of years, so we'll just see. You know, it should, going off the fuel prime, it should go. Usually whenever you've got that, you're halfway there. It's not a cold day here today, so it should be pretty right. We've got a full head of steam up in here, and yeah, who knows, we might just have fire in the hole here shortly, so it'll be pretty smoky and pretty rattly, I dare say. There's no pipes on the turbo, so look around the back here, there's just a bit of a hole there, so she'll just get a bit of a whistle up and bloody be pouring smoke out of there and stinging eyes and carrying on. All the things that an old Mack should do. Yeah, so looking at this motor, I think it's an early C motor. I just can't see the engine number there, but anyway, on a 6-cylinder normally you got your engine number stamped into that surface there. Anyway, we'll wait for this thing to build up. Sort of work out how we're going to do this, I think. So I can reach up there, okay. And that's your throttle there. Just wants a return spring on that by the feel of it, but anyway, she'll be right. She's got enough weight in there, it'll hold forward. I tried to do here, I don't know if that's original or not. Just a bit of fiberglass panel on there, it looks pretty original. So this is usually where the gap was for the oil bath air cleaner. That's why the Australian trucks had such a mongrel seat in them, because these seat bolts there, there's no depth for your seat whatsoever. If you look across there, that's where the gear shift lever was on the American trucks, lever or levers, and they had a little bit more room under there where you could actually put a decent seat in them. That had a deeper floor, so you could actually put a suspended seat in them, which was lovely. But these ones here, pretty basic. That's probably what got a lot of chiropractors started here in Australia, these early F models. Because as you can see, you know, 128-inch wheelbase, it would have kicked like a mule. Yeah, so certainly not the most comfortable thing, but I guess they were only ever, you know, as good as their replacement, weren't they? So, you know, we think about it, it would be a pretty brutal ride nowadays. But back in the day, when you came out of an old Pommy truck or an old Albion or a Leyland or something like that, Thornycroft, you know, they would have been pretty rugged as well. So probably everything at the time was a little bit of an improvement. You'd like to think they were a little bit of an improvement. And that's just progression, I suppose. When you look at that one over there, it's a little bit longer in the wheelbase and it's got a little bit wider arse end under it. So the theory behind that was to smooth out the ride a little bit. You look at that one over there, it's 144 inch wheelbase and it's got a fairly closed up bogie on it. So yeah, they rode really rough. They were pretty ordinary. Good with weight on them, but a little bit hard to get weight over the front axle. So that was just one of the problems with them, I suppose. They were just a bit rough. Certainly not something you want to drive around too far in bobtail, that's for sure. But anyway, just waiting for this thing to build up some air. And hopefully it just wants to start up. It'd be nice if it did. See if we can have a bit of fun with her anyway. Just never know when you've got to try and stop something in a hurry. Won't be real easy on this one being a turbo, but we'll be able to block off most of that air if we have to. So something you always want to have just sitting there just in case when you're starting up something. Even though we've already checked that fuel rack and it seems pretty good. Yeah, it should be right anyway. Yep, she's definitely building up air there. A little bit of history in that old label there. It had a bit of old carpet on there when I first got it, so that's why it's got all that sort of glue and rusty looking shit all over it, but it was in a bit of a mess, but yeah, they were all just light green. Like I say, a little bit like that colour there, I reckon. Anyway, this thing might build up sometime this week, that'd be pretty good. Oh yeah, there we go. The compressor's given us a signal, so now we've got to try and work out exactly how we're going to try and do this. So I just about need the third arm here. So we'll get into the danger zone. I'm going to try and put this thing down for a moment without dropping it, just so I can reach up to that start button. Yeah, it might just be a little bit of a handful here for a moment, I think. Righto. Don't know what you can see there. Probably bugger all, but anyway, we'll give it a go. That's not going to work. Well, the start valve didn't work anyway. Well, I dare say the old starter valve must be a little bit buggered, I reckon, because as you can hear, it hung in there for a fair while. But yeah, there you go. The old 1963 model lives. Jump up and see if she's got a bit of oil pressure. Takes a little while to come up in this one because it's got to go through that big filter if it hasn't been running for a little while, but you know, she's happy there. Beautiful. Absolutely magnificent. Hear that turbo whistle? Beautiful smoke, sting in the eyes beautifully, just what you want. Reckon that one's about done, so we better go for another one, and with that I might sign off and put these couple of videos together and post them up so you can all have a bit of a look at them. Yeah, a little bit of a disjointed one today with a couple of different starts and stops, but still got the result we're after. So yeah, if you could please like and subscribe to videos, subscribe to the channel I should say, that'd be good. The more we can get, the better I can make these videos and the more of them I can make. So and it's always, if you've got any questions too, just or any advice, any feedback's good feedback, so yeah, just feel free to leave a comment as well. Every little bit helps, and you know, there might be something I can learn from you and there might be something you can learn from me, so no, we're all in it to have a bit of fun and have a tinker with these old things. So yeah, anyway, I'll post these ones up and see you in the next video. Cheers.